Shitty evening, shitty afternoon. Welcome back to another episode of High Top Sports here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Uh Happy to have all of you here, especially the haters. You've earned the right to say whatever you need to say and get it off your chest. To my Gator fans, let's not kill each other. Let's not go at each other's throats here. That seems to be our mo after a tough loss like this one. So let's keep it 100. I was talking with my friend Elizabeth before the show, and she's, "What are you going to talk about? how are you gonna break this down for everybody?" And I go, I'm gonna talk like it's like a work, like at work, how I would talk to my rep. And she thought I was joking because she is one of my reps. And I go, listen, so at work, we've got a script that the salespeople have to follow. And it has 4 scenes, kind of like a play, right? You got scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, scene 4, etc. And each scene has its own identity that you need to follow. You don't have to follow verbatim, but there's a rhyme and rhythm to each scene that you need to be kind of on that basis. So how this game went for me is, Arkansas, we saw improvement in the script. Like, hey, you did these things well, but we want to see this moving forward, right? Like, these are scene 3 needs some work come the Georgia game. Okay. So I let the rep go. They go take a new call, i.e. the new game. And basically, it's like they threw the script out the window on the way to work that day, said, fuck what they talked about last week. I don't give a shit, and decided to do everything on their own. That's how today felt. And so we're frustrated because it's like, what? We just had a great conversation. We talked about all the things that we're going to do really well on. You said, hey, understood. Then it's time to show up, and you just didn't care. Don't even want to capitalize on it. So it's frustrating. We've got some fans obviously calling in. It's a call-in show. So I obviously I want to hear from you guys because this is about you. I'll be obviously having our show tomorrow. But real quick, Mitchell Phillip, great calling guy, always calls in every now and then. I saw this comment before the show, says people overreact this game. And I love that. I think that's spot on. Let's go ahead and let's hop to our first caller. Octavia? What's up, bud?
Man, it's the most. How can I say it? You ever heard that song? That song, "You Won't Hurt My Soul." Georgia broke my soul today. Georgia broke my soul.
I'm laughing because
Georgia,
I see you in the green room. I feel it, man. I see it on your face. I hear you.
man, look, offensive coordination. And just based off this game alone, we need an offensive coordinator, we need a new offensive line coach, and we need a new strength of staff because we too big and fat and we're slow.
I lost him. Octavian, call back in. Fix your internet and call back in, Bubba. Georgia cheated. What's his
Oh,
name?
there
What's
we
his
go.
name? There we go. We're all okay. It's a family event now. We're having a little bit of issues. What's going on, gentlemen? Octavian, continue on your
There we
rant.
go. Now basically new offensive line coach, strength of staff. We need it.
Octavian's got to get his internet fixed.
Man,
Yes, sir.
how can I say it? That one play in the first quarter where we clearly had a first down, and the refs went and looked at it, and then they're gonna bring it back and say we didn't have a first down, and Kirby was right on the line. That tells you something. Georgia cheated. Georgia had the refs on their side the entire time.
Look, I would love to be on that train, but 44 points ain't cheating. Hey, that, my friend. That's a good old fashioned ass whooping. I hear you. Look, those are big momentum plays. But that's just part of the game. I mean, they also should have not called I don't know what it was, a direct snap to the running back to roll out to throw, make a pass. So I think there were some questionable calls for sure, but there's no way in hell I'm going to sit here and blame the refs. We can't beat Tennessee. That wasn't it. That they straight up just whooped our ass, plain and simple.
I'll see y'all next year. I don't think I'm gonna watch another Florida game.
Oh, you're calling it quits, big guy. This is it. This is our goodbye.
Yep.
Well, I
Unless
appreciate.
something happens. Unless something happens.
Well, I
Unless I
appreciate
see
it.
something in that Arkansas game that makes me think otherwise.
Fair enough. Look, I get it. Fans are going to be frustrated, and this is kind of that turning point of the season. So
I
I
think
feel,
Billy Napier's on the hot seat now, and that seat's starting to get a little warm.
I couldn't disagree more. I don't think this game. Are you thinking because of the loss, or because because how bad it lost? Because I don't think the loss is going to put him on the hot seat one bit at all.
I think the play calling. I
On
mean,
offense?
who fucking calls a direct snap to the freaking running back on a 4th and inches play when you have a capable quarterback that can jump over the first down marker? They can push the pile and get a first down. Who's going to call a direct snap?
Sure. No, look, I get it. Some questionable play calls for sure. Some questionable. Look, we wanted spicy. We got spicy. May not have been at the right time this spicy, but look, I think I don't believe he's going to be on his hot seat. I think there was obviously some frustration, but there's still some growth. And look, I think Mitchell, he called it. Like, we can't overreact. I think that's, look, it's frustrating. It sucks. I hear you. I'm just as frustrated as you are. Georgia obviously being the #1 team in the country for a reason. I told you, I'm gonna go into every game thinking we're gonna win. I came home today, had a great feeling we're gonna win. We scored that touchdown. I was like, here we go. Let's go get it. Let's go get it done. Let's go get a stop. Held them to a field goal. Okay. So far, so good. Let's go get another touchdown. And we kind of ran into a little bit of a bump, and then all of a sudden, just kind of like the wheels fell off pretty quickly. So it sucks, but look, I'm about it. I'm not going nowhere. I'll be here week in and week out doing the call-in shows and taking my whippings. But
Hey, if we beat Arkansas by 60, we might I might stay on the train just a little bit longer.
all right, big guy. Well, hopefully we'll see you next week when we beat Arkansas by 60, my man. I appreciate you calling in, big guy.
Bye, guys.
Oh man, what's up, Mitchell? How we doing, man?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing. Hey, we're hanging in there.
Good. Yeah. Little disclaimer. I didn't get to watch the game. I watched the first drive.
Oh, you missed a lot. You missed a good one.
Yeah. I watched the first drive, and then I had to go to a housewarming party, so I had to I was actually driving there. Had my phone. I was watching the first drive, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna miss a good game. I was getting alerts. I was like, yeah. And I watched the fourth quarter when I got home. But what, buddy? Okay.
Yeah, it was tough.
Here.
It was tough. It it didn't go, I think, as we all planned. But again, the frustrating part to me, like I kind of mentioned, I don't know if you heard me talking about the show. It's like when I talk with my reps, is that look, if we saw some progress, it feels like the losses we've had, they've just been atrocious. It's not like we got like the South Carolina. If we would have lost that game, it's like, man, we kind of just lost it right at the end there, right? We played some good football. Unfortunately, we were able to prevail. But I don't know, man. The defense, there's a lot of question marks, which I have my concerns that I'm going to save and then try to wrap up for tomorrow. But
Yeah, I wish I got to watch it. I'm gonna watch GNFP do the breakdown on it, but probably this week. But I think the thing that I'm interested in is because Georgia had the bye week, we had the bye week, so I wanted to see how good we played off of a bye.
sure,
But you have to measure that against how well Georgia played off of a bye. So you always have that to factor in. But I wasn't too worried about this game. I penciled it as a loss big time. There was a slight chance with the upset, but I think really, Billy's looking for six. Billy wants 6 wins for sure. He has to get to 6 wins because DJ Lagway is waiting in the wings. He's going to be practicing. He's going to be practicing with the team for bowl time.
for sure.
Some of these recruits are going to be practicing with the team at the bowl time. So
sure,
he's got to get the Arkansas win. That one has to be a win because
it's got to be a big bounce back game. Mizzou's gonna be tough.
Mizzou and FSU, those are winnable, but I'd take 3 straight losses and get the upset against FSU all day. I'd take that trade. I
If
would
that
take
was
that trade all day.
if that was a negotiation price, yeah,
Yeah,
I feel you.
yeah.
I feel you on
Because
that.
I don't like watching. I don't like looking at the FSU people chiming in the chat. I can't stand it. I don't like
Yeah,
it. I want
they're
them
a
to see
good
them
time.
lose.
They're
But
a good time. I see guys in here talking about flip time. Like I don't believe again. If you've been following along, you've been dialed in, you've heard us talk about it, and I'm gonna get flack because I feel like you guys are like, oh, you're pumping Kool-Aid, bro. I'm gonna pump Kool-Aid every single week. Like that's just who I am. I'm going to walk into every game believing that we can get it done. And after that Arkansas game, I feel like, look, we should be able to throw some fits at Georgia. Obviously, I was wrong, and that happens from time to time. I'm gonna take it on the chin when I have to, but I don't believe the recruits go, man, they suck. Like they saw this shit coming, right? I mean,
yeah,
this
yeah,
this conversation happened. Again, 98% of the country picked Georgia to win. It was just depending on how much it was going to be by. It just the frustrating part is again how bad it looked. So
yeah. So for me, with the whole fire Billy, I think it's funny. I think it's silly. I think it's way too early. I
sure,
think I think if we don't see improvement next year, if Graham Mertz stays, we should see an uptick next year.
sure, I don't
We
disagree with
should see,
that. I think
even with the hard schedule, we should see an uptick. Um, and then the year after, you know, if he doesn't do well next year, then he's on he
sure,
moves into the safe into the hot seat. And
absolutely,
then the second year DJ Lagway, year 2 DJ Lagway, when he plays, if it's not good, then it should be serious. It should be, you have to get 8 wins, 10 wins, or move on. He's got his guys in, he's got Lagway in, the recruiting classes come in, because we have a great recruiting class this year, but they're not going to be prime performers until
sure,
what,
yeah,
25,
sure,
25.
yeah.
So
It's still a process. Absolutely. Look, the portal's
so
going to be big. It's going to be not need to be big for us this year. But Mitchell, man, I always appreciate you calling in, man, and a great comment to start it. But I got some people waiting, big guy.
all right, buddy, take
See
it
you, bub.
easy.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Hollywood, talk to me.
Man, what's going on, man?
You see it. You see it.
I feel like this game was needed to lose like that so Billy could realize he need an offensive coordinator. But at the same time, the game was in the grasp, like in the first quarter when we had an opportunity to go up 14-3. When we had the ball, it was 7-3. Our defense went down there. We got to stop. We had a lot of energy on our sideline. I don't think it's the players. I think it was the play calling.
Okay. Offensively and defensively, or just offensively?
I think it was offensively because Georgia's, you got to look at it. They're going on 24 wins coming in this game, and they had 8 possessions, and they only was able to capitalize 24 points.
Yeah,
So,
I said that in the halftime report that the 24 came off of block punt,
Yeah.
a going forward in our own territory. They had to go 15 yards, 20 yards, and then the fumble, right? So it wasn't like they just drove down the field 3 times.
Right.
We blundered it a little bit, but look, I mean, the play calling came out. I mean, we looked unstoppable. I was like, holy shit, let's go.
Yeah,
And
when
then
Wilson had the ball, I mean, getting him the ball, getting him in space, that created a lot of opportunities. And we didn't play to our strengths. Like the line of the scrimmage, we know Georgia got 5-star recruits. I'd rather us go down there and try a real QB sneak, and just Georgia shows us they're stronger and faster than us go down there and do a snap between the legs to ETN. That was a big momentum swing. I think the play
that was
calling
huge.
was something that had our players not able to respond.
Yeah, I think that was definitely a big turning point to the game, and that play calling was questionable. Look, defensively, I wasn't impressed, to be honest with you. I felt that although I know they didn't really capitalize much, I don't know. I just felt like, again, I said in halftime, I said if they're smart, they would just run the football. And
Yeah.
they came out and literally just ran all over us. We couldn't stop them. And then
Yeah.
that opened up Carson Beck to be able to start slinging. And that's kind of what you saw, like the floodgates open up because, we couldn't stop them from doing whatever they wanted. And that's been the narrative for, forever now. So that scares me. I mean, we can't seem to really find our footing. We look slow. We look lethargic. We look just, I don't know. We look behind everything. We're moving in slow motion. It's like that when you're a dream and you're like running in the sand and you can't get away from the bad guy. That's what they look like.
Yeah, like the moment was too big. They were saying Shamar James got hurt pregame and stuff. I don't know if that kind of got a linebacker room out of cahoots, but we weren't filling gaps. They were killing us in the middle of the field. McCalkey, the running back, Reynolds, those guys, they were able to contribute and play their game. We were off from the start.
I mean, they've got athletes all over that football field, and that's what we talked about with Uncle Lou. Like, look, everyone's like, oh, Brock Bowers. I'm like, Brock Bowers, the only thing that I would say, which is true, is it's a safety net. So if we can get to that game towards fourth quarter, then I think it'd be a factor. But if not, it's not going to really matter. And
Yeah.
sure enough, it didn't matter because they never had to even worry about that.
Yeah. Now, I don't agree with the fire Billy. Great guy, great leader. I think he has our guys in the best position they've been in about 2-3 years. We still 5-3. Depending on what happens between Kentucky and Tennessee, it's a lot of optimism basically going into the end of the season. With Florida, especially where we were last year, we had a number 4 quarterback going the first round, and our season didn't even come to the hopes of even being in the top 3 in the SEC in the East. So
Sure,
that's something I can look at. The recruits, I hope they didn't get unmotivated by today's performance. I know they were there. We held them there for the home performance, but hopefully going into the offseason and the end of the season, then the offseason, we can kind of get that winning tradition back because it's not been steady. We get 3 wins here, a loss, 2 wins here, another loss, a win, then another loss. It's not going to go out that way.
for sure. Well, Hollywood, I appreciate you calling in, man. Big pleasure. I got people waiting, man, but thank you, man, for calling in. And look, I think a lot of Gator fans are gonna be rowdy, but it's nice talking to a little more level-headed ones on it. So thanks, man.
Oh yeah, man. Appreciate the stream. Shout out to you guys. I watch it every day, man.
Cool, man. I appreciate your support, man. Always look, we keep riding through thick and thin. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's tough, but business we signed up for, so keep moving.
All right, for sure. Go Gators.
Be good. Yes, sir. Go Gators. All right, Top Gator 3, talk to me, big guy. What's up?
I'm hanging in there, man. I'm doing the best I can. All right. Given the situation, right?
Sure.
All right. I'll start light. We got to get a special teams coordinator, man. And I need Trey Smack punting too, man. He's got to earn his dollars. All right. Crenshaw, I mean, he's just not cutting it for me. On defense, we just seem so timid, man. Like at the point of attack, it's like we kind of freeze up and like are waiting to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
We just not
we need to do what they want to do.
Yeah. Well, we did punch first, but I mean, just no more after that first drive. And then my biggest point, and I'll get out of here on this note, is like schematically with Billy, man. You know, we tried to out Kentucky, be more physical than Kentucky. We played Georgia, a disciplined team, and try to, out motion them, catch them off guard, flea flickers, reverse passes. That's not the team you do that against.
That's a brilliant take there. I actually like that a lot. That's spot on. Because again, the trick plays are as a great play call to call on a team that isn't well disciplined, where you can kind of catch them slipping. But you got a guy that's going to be in there. It's just basic. Hey, 1, 2, just be here. Yeah, you're right. You're not going to trick them. You got to beat them. That's a good point, man.
You're not going to out physical Kentucky, not at this stage. And I don't know, man. I guess this was expected, but at the same time, it's just the fashion we're doing things in. Like, we got to get a special teams coordinator, probably an OC. Rob Sale, see you later. Darnell Stapleton. Hey, Shelton, you help Rob Sale, I'll help Darnell. How about that?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm cool, man. Like we'll talk. Hey, 2 men, 1 truck. You know what I'm
saying? We'll knock it out. 2 birds, 1 stone.
2 men in a truck. Let's go knock it out. I love it.
I appreciate you, man. Love the show, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in, and thank you for your comments, man. Really do mean it. Appreciate it.
No doubt.
Hey.
Hey, we had fun on Friday night, right?
Yeah,
that was the highlight of the weekend, right? Playing a little foosball over the hell it was we were playing.
Oh man, this game, man. I didn't even watch the other half of the game. Straight honest, I did not. I walked away. I was upset.
I feel you. Look, I get it, man. I watch everything just to be able to talk about it. But listen, in years past, I probably would have walked away too. Probably walked away too. But now it's kind of like, I don't know. It's almost like I enjoy the torture. I'm gonna sit right. I'm gonna sit here and just just take my lickings. But the part also why I like to watch is like at least show me something. I wanted to see if they would show a little bit of pick me up. It was nice for us to score maybe 2 more times there, but it was against the scrubs for sure.
Yeah.
But I'll take what we can get.
They probably put in their backups.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, we
Without
treat
a
us
doubt.
like a cupcake. Well, gotta go one more year knowing that we're Georgia's pet again.
Yeah, Georgia's look, man, it's gonna look. They're gonna be a monster to take down. I mean, that's a good football team. What's gonna have to take them down is gonna be a playoff team. That's just that is what it is. I mean, they're just so extremely disciplined. They're thick. Brock Bowers was out. That number 4, Help, whatever the hell his name was. I was like, you sure that ain't Brock in that same damn uniform? Because I was like, hey, you show us how to look like him.
But that first catch he caught, fucking when it was tipped off one hand and fucking, god damn.
I was like, awesome, cool. I'm glad Brock's hurt. I'm glad you guys got this guy. That's fantastic. Really happy for you guys. Really, really glad to see all the talent you guys just got waiting around just to step in and catch good balls. That's great, fantastic. And look, Carson Beck, we'll talk with Uncle Lou. Thought he was better than Stetson Bennett, and I still believe that, and he proved that to even more today. And look, I think that in his concern was their defense. I mean, their defensive line looked like it just swallowed us whole. So, this team could be more dangerous than it's been in the last 2 years. Honestly,
it looked like it. It looked like the other two Georgias were combined and were one big fucking monstrous team today.
Yeah, look, they don't have like the big, like they said, the big D linemen and the big linebackers, but they're just still a cohesive unit. I mean, they're just a well-coached football team. So,
yeah.
Aloe, I appreciate you as always, man.
You too.
Maybe we'll do some more Discord to help cope with the loss. So,
oh yes,
I appreciate you, big guy. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
What's up?
No scarf today, right, Q?
Nah. Let me break this down. This game was already lost just by the play calling before it was even played. Because look, the play calling on offense and defense. Okay, defense, right? Explain to me, why would you put your best, quickest pass rusher? Why are you keep dropping this man like playing linebacker like in coverage instead of rushing the passer and trying to stop the run? Why are you dropping him in coverage? That's number one.
Princely?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2,
mm-hmm.
We kept running this cover 3 and zone coverage, and everybody knows what zone coverage is. You're reacting and you stand in the Pacific area.
Mm-hmm.
It's already we don't have the guys athletically and the talent to play man to man coverage. Like we just don't. We don't have the talent on defense at all. People say, "Oh, energy." No, it's not the energy. No, it's not. We just don't have the talent. Nobody on that defense, period. Gap control, staying in their gaps, no. And if they if they do, like far as our linebackers, if they try to make a hero play, they'll get out of their gap. But trying to make a hero play, they'll go in the wrong gap, and the other backside or whatever is open because they didn't stay in their gap because they're trying to play hero or whatever. Like nobody can get off blocks. No defense, nobody could get off blocks at all. Like our defensive line are just big. They're not twitchy, they're not quick, and they're not fast. The only one that's fast is number 1. That's it. The rest of them, that whole defense is soft, is baby shit. That whole defense doesn't have a pulse at all. I don't know who's the leader. Who's supposed to be the leader? Who's supposed to I see nobody taking charge, nobody in command whatsoever.
Look, and even Princely though.
On the timeout, they were calling it on that one play. People were confused. Jalen Hill's like, what the? He's like, what the hell? Everybody, he's throwing his hands up. Nobody, and we got away with that because they went.
Oh yeah,
three
the where they kicked the field goal the very first drive.
Yes.
Yeah. There was another play when they scored the touchdown on Kimber, the little corner route, the little fade route.
Right.
Did you see Hill too? Kind of just like he was looking behind him. I'm like, what you?
There's no confusion. It makes no sense. How the hell this was supposed to get solved with the confusion in the secondary with Corey Raymond? Because we had to, because Corey Raymond and Patrick Tony was butting heads last year.
That's a good point. Yeah, I forgot that they gave the entire secondary to.
You're supposed to have one coach in charge of the whole secondary, and that's supposed to be the DB guru Corey Raymond, and we're still having these problems. All this shit. And this game told me, even if we had the horses, even if we had them, even this 2024 class that's coming in with this good talent, even if we had them, I don't know if we could develop them right. I truly don't know. This game told me. It really told me and showed me well, damn, even if we did have these 5-star motherfuckers, can we even get them developed? Can we put them in the right position? Can we put them in the right way? And that goes back to what I'm saying about number one. You see, why do you keep dropping this man in coverage? He is the only damn NFL player on that fucking defense right now.
Sure.
Honestly, this game has exposed so much defensively and offensively. It's like we're so behind. We're a step behind in every phase of the game. And I kept telling everybody in the comments section that this game is won in the trenches. Period. They kicked our ass in the trenches. Period. Georgia, and then everybody's saying, well, Georgia has to look that dominant all year. And what have I kept saying? I kept saying they play fundamental football. They're not going to beat themselves. You're not going to see them jump off sides. You're not going to see them holding that much. You
got to beat them. You got to go beat them.
You got to beat their ass. You're going to have to. And then, people are saying, the trick play, this and that. We kept doing this. People are saying, the quick game, the quick passes, because we felt like we couldn't beat them straight up, had mano a mano. So that's why we kept trying to do, the quick passes, the trick plays, because we can't, because it's already, Napier basically said, I don't have to, we can't beat these guys straight up. So I got to try to flank them. I got to try to trick them. I got to try to do some trickery or whatever to try to beat these guys, because.
And you're not going to, and the guy called before you, schematically, you're not going to trick a disciplined team.
Right. You're not. And Georgia, and I kept telling everybody in the comments, they are a fundamental football team. They got the two best defensive minds in college football. Will Muschamp and Kirby.
Bless his soul. Rest in peace. I don't know if you saw the interview. We had Joe Hayden on the show earlier. I don't know if you. Yeah, I saw you in the comments checking out the talent behind us.
Yeah, boy. Boy, there was out there, boy. Whew.
Were you even watching the show, Q? You just put it on mute, didn't you? But Joe said we were talking about the Dogs, and he goes, who on that team, in that 06 championship team,
right?
The Dogs were the best players, the guys that worked the hardest, that grinded. We have guys, I feel like Pyburn, he kind of gives you that vibe that he's a grinder. He just goes out there and kills somebody, but he's obviously not the best on the football team, right? Because he can't start.
Right.
He's like, that don't mean shit. That's what Joe was saying. He's like, who gives a shit if the fourth string's working hard? Ain't nobody gonna be watching him. Right. And I don't feel that our Dogs, right, our leaders, the guys that are starting, have that just work ethic of I'm number one, but I'm gonna beat you in every category. You're not gonna outwork me. You're not gonna outplay me. Because some guys, look, they've got more talent in their nutsack than somebody does in their entire body, and they can go out there and be the starter over somebody. But that doesn't mean they're the best person to put in, right? Does it make sense?
Correct.
Or even a leader to give you that. And I think I'm getting confused now on who said what, but just who was the leader on the D line? I think you said that when you first hopped on here. Just
I don't know who's the leader on that defense. Period.
Sure.
It's like we try to crown Sapp, Tyree Sapp. We try to crown him, but we try to give him the crown, and rightfully so. That Tennessee game, he earned he took the crown, but shit, the way it's looking after that Tennessee game is like your ass ain't been showing up, dog. You ain't been. You supposed to. The fans, Gator Nation crowned you, my G. We crowned you, and you ain't like you and the rest of the team ain't. Y'all ain't. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't hitting on nothing, dog. Where's the gap control? Where's the sacks? Where's getting off the block? Where's using your hands? Where's knocking the balls down? Even if you can't get the sack, the D-line in the passing lanes knocking balls down. Where is any of that? I don't see none of that shit. None of it whatsoever. Like, man,
I do want to address this. I don't know.
It's soft as putty shit. This whole team, we just soft, man. We're soft. Period. This play calling, this special teams with the block. Special teams coach needs to be fired. Like right after when the season's damn over. Like he needs to be gone. Straight up.
I don't think anything's gonna happen during the season. I think there's gonna definitely be some changes after the fact. I do see a lot of people commenting.
It better be because there's no damn way.
I do see some people commenting on Austin Barber, his comments about 24 is impressive, 24-0 is impressive, but they got to come through us, and they're all trying to like give him shit for talk.
You talk this big shit, but you ain't getting nothing. You freaking grabbing face masks and all this shit. Like, man, that game was over in the first damn quarter. That game was over. It was over.
Second quarter. Second quarter. We rolled into the quarter. We rolled into quarter 2, 10-7. I was like, hey.
First half, that game was over. It was done.
Yeah, we were 10-7 going in the first quarter. But look, I'm not gonna give. I mean, Austin Barber, I appreciate his comments. The reason why I do, at least you kind of came out and threw a shot, right? To me, it was like, look, there's a little pizzazz of like, hey, they gotta come beat us. I like the mindset. Everyone's like, oh, Georgia got all riled up because of that. I'm like, if y'all think that a left tackle, his comments, it got Georgia out of bed this morning.
Hell, man, how Kirby is, he's so psychological that them comments probably did piss him off too. Like, he talks to them in the locker room. He has that urban psychological shit going on with his program, and that shit do work. It works, especially when you got the talent, and especially if you know how to develop them and know how to put them in the right perfect situations.
Sure.
If I know my just like number UC, I call him UC, number one or whatever. If I know he's the quickest person that can get to the quarterback or whatever on passing downs, why I am not going to put this man in passing coverage. I'm not going to drop him in coverage. That's just common sense. A lot of these coaches just outthink themselves. They just freaking outthink themselves. They really do. Instead of using fucking common sense. Football is a lot of common sense. A lot of it is common sense. 1 + 1 equals 2.
You got Q breaking shit over there.
Damn 3.
Q, I appreciate you calling in as always. It's more fun when you've got the scarf on. But the comments appreciated your takes. I think you're speaking nothing but the truth, man. And I appreciate you calling in as always, Bubba.
All right.
Be good, man.
Yeah.
Kristen Bowles, talk to me.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. So yeah, that was rough, to say the least.
Correct. It was. It was not the funnest day. That's for sure.
But yeah, I would just say congratulations to Georgia because I mean, I thought if we could bring our A game, and if we could cause them to have maybe a B- C game, we would have a chance. And I knew if that was reversed, it could get ugly.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
That was pretty much what happened.
I don't even think we brought the C game, Bubba. I think they brought like a B+ game. We didn't. Yeah. Hey, we didn't break. I don't think we brought shit. we damn near forgot our pads. You know what I'm saying? I don't worry about what game we brought. we left the whole damn team in Gainesville, I think.
Yeah, and then what he was saying about like all our weaknesses came, like just saw all our weaknesses this game. Georgia exposed, and I know it's frustrating, but that's just what Georgia does. They're that good. If you have one weakness, they'll find it. We have, I don't even know how many weaknesses we have right now. It's just, it's ridiculous. And they exposed every single one.
We may need a couple shows to weigh them all out. That's for sure.
Hey, wait. I was going to say the offense, we had one false start? I mean, that's a step
we
up.
had the false start from Hayden Hansen when they had the little rotation. Look, I mean, penalty-wise, I don't think we were that bad. I mean, I don't think they were calling anything, to be fair.
And then I think Kingsley had a...
Yeah, he had a face mask penalty.
I think we should just put Jake Slaughter in at this point. I think Kingsley's... I mean, their play's about the same, but Kingsley just gets so many more penalties, it feels like.
For sure. No, I agree. I think Kingsley or Slaughter was doing a good job.
Yeah, and then with Princely, like you drop him in coverage like 2 or 3 times in the game max. You don't. I feel like he was playing cornerback out there.
Yeah, that's what Q was just saying. Yeah, right, or linebacker, right? Kind of more like
you do it like 2 or 3 times, try to
throw him off a little bit.
The quarterback. Yeah, you don't do that 15, 20 times. Especially your best pass rusher, and you can't even. Our defense line can't stop the run, and they can't pass rush. I don't know what's the point of having all these 6'6" guys or whatever, 320 pounds. They can't do it. I don't know. It just feels like they can't do anything right now.
It's yeah, we're moving backwards. Like I said, like when I hopped on, it just again, like I felt like, hey, we could win, and also losing off is always an opportunity, a possibility. It's just the way we lose is just so frustrating. That's what sucks the most. But Kristen, I do appreciate you calling in, man. We got some people waiting around, but thank you, man.
I appreciate you. Have a good night.
Yes, sir. Jay Sean.
Oh, I'm in here.
You're in here. You're up. Tapping you in. Calling the reliever.
I spent my whole morning. Last night I went to sleep at 3 a.m. waiting to watch the Gators play. And I'm talking to my brother because me, my brother, and my other brother, and my dad, we all Gator fans. And we okay. I feel good. Our offense looked good against South Carolina. And we're going to go play Georgia. And all day, I hear my brother, I'm finna turn this shit off. We getting our ass whooped. I'm finna turn this shit off. I think that our biggest thing, I don't even think it's our secondary. I think it's our offense, our plays, our play caller, which is Billy. And he need to take his ass home.
Billy does?
Yes. Calling, I understood because I felt like going for it on fourth down. 4th and inches or whatever. I feel like we should have went for it on 4th down.
For sure.
It's 4th and 8 inches or something.
Yeah.
And you call a trick pass play to your running back. And I played football. You can't throw a football with gloves on. And regardless, it didn't even matter. That was dumb. I felt like they should have went for it, but I felt like it should have been a QB sneak or a pitch.
Yeah, no, I think, look, I like the aggressive play calling, right? That I agree. I think most of us are look, I enjoyed it. I think you had to do that there just because of the way the game was flowing and you needed to make a stand. And we talked about it all week, there needs to be a big moment. And that could have been the big moment. And it was a big moment the other way. And yeah, you're right. I mean, dude, just the tush push. Have you not watched, I don't know, just a single snap of Eagles football? They could just... I know you don't have Jalen Hurts who squats 600 pounds, but just put Hayden Hansen behind you, put Big Dez behind you, and give him the fucking ball. Get 8 inches. You don't got to do anything fancy. Just put it in. It's 8 inches. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I look a lot forward to our next year class because I go to school at Bulldogs, and I go to school with Kendall and Miles.
Oh, good shit. Tell
boys
Kendall
are,
and Miles we said what's up, man. That's awesome.
them boys are big. I tried to get Kendall to sign my hat, but I ain't have a marker.
You better get a damn marker, bro. You in school.
Yeah, but
What-
we play. What is our rest of our schedule? I feel like we have the hardest rest of the schedule the rest of the year. Like
It's tough, man.
But other than the Arkansas, it's Missouri, LSU, and Florida State, and I really feel like we should be able to beat Arkansas, but I want to at least beat one of those teams. And it don't really seem likely, but like I can't even say that because everybody thought we were gonna lose to Tennessee, and then we played like really good.
At this point, man, I don't think there's any. You can't predict any of what's going to happen with this team. And thankfully we've got Arkansas and Florida State at home. We've looked the best at home. So there's two comfortable, like not comfortable, but I would say like they feel good. LSU, Mizzou, those are going to be brutals. So
yeah, but
we'll see.
Before the Georgia game, like all I really do is watch your videos, and my older brother does too. So we was talking about how we watch a bunch of videos, and then like we start feeling better, and like our like the way we feel about the game. As soon as we get in the game, we start getting our butt whooped. We just feel like shit.
Yeah. Look,
But
I get hit with that. I feel the Kool-Aid, but man, that's how I'm the same way, man. I'm not gonna sit here and dread into the following weekend. You know, I feel like my mindset is to get fired up and get rowdy and to talk about how we can get it done. So,
yeah, but
well, I appreciate your support. I apologize for false hype there.
Yeah, I watched that hype video you made too.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I fuck with that shit.
Good, man. I appreciate that. That means I worked on that, so it means a lot. But Jay Sean, I appreciate you calling me. Tell the boys at Bulldogs we said hey. Get some pens and pencils, man. I mean, I feel like that's it's a must.
All right.
I appreciate you calling in too, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
My Lord. What's up? Oh, you're delayed, Mike.
Oh, shoot. My bad, man. Hey, Mike Lowry. Hey,
My Lord.
man, this was the game we needed to get. This was really the game we needed to get. Man, this was the game we needed to get because, we 5-2 right now. We 5-2 right now before
5-3
heading into this game.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then now 5-3 now. So, it just feels like we need to win out at this point. If we don't win out we don't necessarily need to win out this point. We have the recruits. We have some great recruits coming in right now. Just the game itself. The game itself really hurt, man. We had that perfect first drive going. Eugene Wilson doing his damn thing. He was doing the damn thing the whole time. Montreal got in the rhythm. Travis was in his rhythm really nice. I loved how Travis got in his rhythm early. But who do we – I don't know. Who do we have next?
We got Arkansas next week at home at noon. Blackout game. Then we go to Mizzou. Probably going to be a new game too because they hate us. Then it's LSU at LSU. And then it's Florida State back home again. So.
I think sneak past Arkansas, that Florida State game, they're looking really tough already this year. I don't understand how they already looking tough like this. But, yeah, they're looking tough this year. Mizzou, that looked tough.
That's going to be a tough one.
But, man, did we get Mizzou last year?
We did, but it was at home.
Yep, see? Hey. Oh, we was at home. Dang. See, away, we're not really playing at that schedule. But them boys today got me goddamn. I bet my friend and these boys got me wearing a shirt that I don't really appreciate wearing, but.
Oh, no. Oh, no. My Lowry.
I had my Tebow on and my Gator hat on, and then they were waiting for the picture. So, I had to go get the picture.
Oh. Damn.
But, no, I really have a lot of hope for us for the rest of the season. Like, it would have just stuck with Eugene and the Travis thing going on after that first drive, man. That looks so amazing. I don't know why we slowed that down so instantly, but we tried the trick play, and then that's when Ricky almost fumbled the ball. And I think, the motion plays that we were doing were working really nicely. I love those motion plays that we've been doing because it throws off that defense completely all the way. But at that point, I just hope we stay with something nice. Eugene's a freshman, but he's starting to put his stuff all in the bag.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I love him for that. I love that man for that.
No, he's out there hooping, man. He took that big hit too on that slant route.
Brain is good.
I was worried about that. Ooh. Oh, there you are. I was worried he was gonna be limping, but he took it like a champ. So that was solid to see.
No, I see. So I'll be watching your videos a lot, and I'm like, hey, who is your number one offensive player about to come out? Who do you think is gonna be the one to be with Eugene right there and work with him?
The 2024 recruit. I don't know. Lost him there, boys and girls. Well, I'll answer his question, then we'll go ahead and shut her down here. How hard of it to you to be composed? How hard is it for you to be composed? Dick, man, look, I go through it during the game. You know what I mean? So it's not, it's I don't know. I'm frustrated, but maybe it's my old age here. It is just a football game. That's part of it too. I try to just stay cool, calm, and collected about it. I've had the back and forth with it. Look, I'm always gonna be high and happy about it, but I also know that we're growing. And it's just sometimes you gotta I don't know, just go work through it. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. I don't have like a legit good answer for you. But to answer Mike Lowry's question before we lost him, the player I'm excited to see is Aiden Mizell. It's got to be. We haven't really seen much of him. I want to see what he's going to be able to do. But should be good stuff. But hey, guys, I appreciate y'all coming in here. Appreciate everyone who called in today. A great conversation. Good to see all of y'all. Look, I mean, I think we all kind of are on the same boat here on how we felt. Just, beat up, toe up for the flow up. And but all in all, it was a good day. It was a fun day. I was able to interview the likes of Joe Hayden and Mike Pouncey, Major Wright. I got to meet Stephen Harris. So a lot of cool things. A lot of checklists for myself as a Gator fan. That was cool. So it's hard for me to have a bad day when you've got some cool things going on. That was a blessing to be able to have that. But again, appreciate you guys as always. We'll be live tomorrow, 12:30, right around there to talk about the game a little bit more. And I know Billy had a press conference, so I'll watch that, and I'm sure it'll be an absolute just must-watch TV with his comments and his takes on the game. And then we'll have our show at 7:30, which is all things college football with Cody. He did get a haircut. If you haven't seen him yet, he looks fresh. So he's going to come in ready to rock and roll, boys and girls. But you guys be good. I love you. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And on to the next one, guys. See ya.